Hello, welcome to today's show Twende, Jikoni, yani welcome Twende Jikoni in short. Hoping you're well. Karibu sana ili tuweze kusemezana hapa kwenye nuru ya asubuhi. And this is a segment where we bring in this aspect of you getting to be better in your cooking skills. Are you a wife? You're there. You're saying, I need to know how to cook. Yeah, I know how to cook, but at least we spice up some things in the house. Also, are you there? You are a bachelor. Unashanga aki, how will I survive here? We are here for you and we are here for that. And also, as you're there, you're a young person, you will still learn, at least with these skills, when you go now to your own home, it will be easier for you to have the skill and also the knowledge with you. I'm not alone because I am joined by the lovely, always looking sharp and beautiful and gorgeous, God-fearing woman of God who is also great in the kitchen matters. Sasa nitakufanya mentor kwa hii story sasa. Todorere. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, Emily.
Karibu sana. It's a pleasure. It's been long. But we thank God. Inaweza? I'm learning.
I think it is always an honor to join.
Awesome. So Pesh is the director and also the founder of Pesh Caterers, and she'll be here to take us through. We are starting up a new series actually on matters breakfast because most people I hear people say breakfast is the most important meal of the day. But the truth to that, bado watu hatuwekei manani. Yeah, so we want to get to have this aspect of breakfast being the most important. How do you make sure you're having a good breakfast? And so there's something you said we need to start off with that is called meal planning.
Meal planning.
Please.
Emily, for anything to be successful, we always do a plan.
Yeah.
And the reason why tunajikutanga tukikula anything mashakula, and with now what we have, the hereditary diseases, the lifestyle diseases, we need to be intentional about the kind of meals you're serving our kids. That concept yenye tulipata from our parents, our tea is just, our breakfast is just tea and bread. We
Mom
need to
and
say,
dad.
Mom and dad.
Yes.
That is the only thing that is available.
Yes.
And it is not in East Africa. It is only in Kenya mostly.
Sisi ndo
tunajua China mkati. You go to Uganda, you visit Uganda, they don't know that concept. Breakfast is a meal on itself. It's something they purpose, they prepare. And I believe what we have, our land is really blessed. We have abundance of everything. Hakuna kitu yenye hatuna. We have vegetables.
Kenya is blessed.
We are blessed. We have the fruits, we have the starches. We have it as much as it can be seasonal, but it is available. And so our concept, our Twende Jikoni, we are bringing a concept that we can have what is there, the Doma, the Ngwashe, but it becomes something wonderful, a 5-star experience, that even when I'm telling my kids to eat Doma and Ngwashe, it's something that they enjoy to eat. It's see punishment, you see. And so everything begins with a meal plan. And to our viewers, even to kukuwa na menu, si ya wadosi, by the way. Haikuangia wadosi. You see, and sijui kama ushauliza, sorry, but at times you usually at this place uko blank. Sasa tunakula nini?
By the way, tunakula nini? Tupika nini leo?
You know, and don't even shout breakfast, no. Think of supper. Sasa tulikula nini? Jana tulikula nini? But yet, if especially now the woman that we have, the modern woman, she has a lot on her plate. Instead of just neglecting that duty and leaving it to our house girls to run, to our nannies to run that, to house managers to run that, we can have a good meal plan and to know whatever we have. Na hii kitu ndio vile tumesema si ya wadosi. Plan with what you have. Mnakulanga ugali mara ngapi? For example, supper. Mnakula ugali mara ngapi? Nyinyi ni Waluya, mnajua, like for example, as supper it has to be ugali. Then put ugali, change the vegetables. So you are not stumbling and sasa tutapika nini. You are unaenda unaangalia hata unga ilishaisha. You see? So meal plan and budget goes together.
Okay.
When you plan your meals, you are able to know
budget.
What is there.
Yes.
And especially now with the economy that we have, we cannot just operate like that. We need to know how do we plan things, how much do we consume, how much when you talk of being healthy, when we want to adjust our kind of breakfast, how much do we usually use for breakfast? So to start with, we're starting with our breakfast segment, right?
Yes.
And as we say that you eat breakfast as a king, you eat lunch as a...
Tell me.
You always eat breakfast as a king.
Yes.
And lunch as a normal man. And evening and dinner as a peasant. A peasant ni mtu mwenye hana.
Okay.
Because mostly metabolism is very slow at night.
Yeah.
You have eaten, umekula ugali, umeweka managu, umeweka nyama. Na alafu umekula saa 2:30 ama saa 3.
Hata saa 4.
Ama saa 4. Then what time do you go to sleep?
At around 10:30.
What have you done in 1.5 hours? Nothing. You are just sitting watching television.
Yes.
So all this food is just remain garbage in your body. Your body cannot use that food. So eat a good menu in the morning so that you have the energy, the fuel. The same way, the way a car runs is the same way our body runs. It will need fuel to run up. And so when you're thinking of meal plan, always think in the point of you have to have a balanced diet. Balanced diet hatukufundishwa home science ikuwe kwa vitabu. Ni vitu zenye concepts zetu tunaweza kuweka in our normal life. Zitusaidie. Yes. And balanced diet, si tulisoma? It is the simple thing. It's carbohydrates, the proteins, and it's the
vitamins.
Yeah. So where do you get the vitamins from? The fruits, the vegetables, and the likes. Where do you get the proteins? The animal proteins, the plant proteins, then the carbohydrates. We have it, the potatoes, the bread. But now we are not talking of carbohydrate as its own. We need the whole grain. Because what is done, carbohydrate is what is changed into glucose. So if you do that something like white bread, ina dini yangu haraka sana because it doesn't have fiber in it.
Okay.
You see?
Yes.
So when ikisha siago inatumika haraka, ebu try and eat chipo. I'm so hungry, let me take chips. Within an hour or less, you are hungry.
You're back to zero.
You're back to zero because you didn't give your body machine kazi ya kusiaga. Ilienda tu kitu yenye inakuwa absorbed immediately into the bloodstream. And with what we have now, the lifestyle diseases, hizi zikikosa sababu inaabsorbiwa, hiyo sugar inaendaga directly kwa damu. Na ndio unakuta saa zingine inafika ina build because it has the glucose and it has the fats. Hizi fats ina build wall in our body. And so the insulin that is supposed to help the liver to digest this glucose, that stops working. Manza kusikia tuko na type 2 diabetes, you see. And it has become so common, especially in our age group. Yet it
even
is
a younger generation.
Even younger generation. And it all stems from what you are eating. And especially to our children, the going school kids. Uko na only breakfast and supper with them. Lunchtime, you don't know what they're eating at school. So you need to make them have enough, a good, well-balanced diet. So let's start. For example, Monday, I usually set, like Saturday and Sunday is a lazy day. We don't have the rushing up. And wakati tunafanya meal plan, kitu yenye inakuanga challenging for breakfast, we usually say it is, unataka kitu haraka because you are all rushing to go to work, to go to school. I don't know why morning weekdays they are very short. You see, it is always crazy. Vahi, fanya homework, sijui chakula, you are forcing your child. Okay, if your child is not able to do good breakfast, you can always work with what you have. What do they love? Because food is always good when a child loves the food. So what do they love? Do they love cereals? Avoid to give them that there's so much in sugar. Give them the whole grain. If not, give them porridge with a banana and a boiled egg.
Wow.
They have managed.
Yes.
And also, I always take it in this thought. If you plan enough, early enough, like for example, let's not focus on the kids. Let's think of us as adults. What time do we have? So you want to do ndoma. You have woken up at 6. Or you have woken up at 5. You have done your morning devotion. Then you have 6 to prepare breakfast, to prepare your hubby, to prepare your children. What will you give them? It's just tea and bread. But if you know that tomorrow breakfast, I want us to eat ndoma. So you'll always have that time kujua, let me prepare ndoma mapema. Let me boil it so that in the morning, even if it's too warm, if they want it warm, I'll just put a little water while tea is cooking. God has blessed us nowadays, we have the gas, right? So utakuta you're cooking the tea and you're warming up the ndoma. And then you prepare. And for the concept that has been sold all the time, ndoma is boring. Ndoma is for old people. Why don't we vap it up Why don't it be that you're not just having tea and ndoma? Because ndoma is the carbohydrate part. But now you see this is good carbohydrates because it is whole. Ni kitu yenye ukikula, hata ukikula utasikia tumbo yako venye ni kama kitu kimeingia, you know, ni uzito. So by the time you're feeling hungry, it's not see at lunch utakuwa hungry so much ama by 10, because what we do and even this idea of carrying our breakfast to work, if for me I enjoy having breakfast when I'm settled. So if you are that kind of person, then pack it up. Instead ya kukunywa haraka, kunywa maji asubuhi. Prepare your breakfast, enjoy it, pack it in your bag so that when you reach, utaanza kuitisha maipasua, sasa ipasua, siji samosa zimepita, imewekwa kwa mandazi, you know. You already have what you carried at home. And meal plan enables you to know now how do we begin to budget with what we have. What we have in the house. How do we begin to budget it? Now, there is also we are African, and us especially women, we love our tea. But let's also think outside the box.
Walolo.
I know we love tea. My apologies. I also love tea, but we also need to fikiria kidogo. So you can have green tea and do ginger and garlic, ginger and lemon, and have that as tea in the morning. Do with a little of the honey, so that we are not just having the normal thing. And also the good thing for a meal to be interesting, you always have to have variety. Even if something is so good, even if KFC is so good, can you eat KFC from Monday to Saturday? No. At one time, it becomes boring, right? But when there is variation in the kind of menu you're preparing, there is always interesting. So there are times you will go outside the box and say, okay, we are just having bread. But how do I serve this bread? So see mkati tu na blueband umeweka. Instead of doing the blueband, why don't you do the avocado? So that you have a whole grain bread, you have avocado which has vitamins and it also has fats, healthy fats in it. And then you serve it. If you are able to do a egg, that's a full sandwich. That's a full breakfast. So huyo mtoto akienda kule, that child ikifika 9-10 ako still full. So akienda kunywa uji unakuta ako full. Hana energy yenye inaenda ikiishanga. Hatafika mahali anataka this first thing. And you see, when you are hungry, you can eat anything. A hungry man can eat anything. Right? But when you have sorted your issue of hunger, you'll always know when you are reaching for to eat something, you'll eat something healthy. And there's one thing for me I have purpose. To have that mindset, unajua, instead of quick fixes, then tumefika mahali, we have become overweight, now we want to look how to look. Why don't we solve these things? Because I tell you, Emily, when we reaches to a point that now we are being forced to take drugs to control our body. Yet the way God created us is that we can have everything in moderation.
Yes.
That is another concept we need to think. That we don't need kula mkati slice 6 umeyeka na saa ina bei venye imefika. So ikikuja unaikatanisha like wewe kiboflo you press it up. Then unaifinya, then unakunywa na chai thermos mzima. It doesn't need to be that. Because the body will only need a little. The other will become wastage in your body. So even when you're doing your meal plan, always know what portions am I serving. I don't need to serve so much, but you can have variety. If your normal plate is like this, we always suggest that you have half of it. It is always recommended. Half of it should be vegetables. So instead ya kusema ati half of it in the morning, you wonder, what do I serve vegetables? How about you mix vegetables and fruits? And you also look, usiweke matunda nyingi ziko na sukari, kwa sababu matunda pia iko na sukari, which is fructose. So look for fruits that is healthy on you. Do a fruit and do a vegetable. Vegetable you can do, if you cannot do managu in the morning because it is a dinner food, how about you do kachumbani? Tomato is healthy, carrots is healthy, grate it up, cucumber is available. Do you eat cucumber?
Yeah, I do.
You do? How often?
Not quite often, but when I get it, I make sure I do.
It is one of the healthy things.
Yes.
If we incorporate it in our breakfast, that our kids know wakati tunakula mayai, we don't need just to eat mayai na wakati. We can do boiled eggs. We can do a good, nice kachumbani with the nice things. The things that I know I'm giving my body fuel. So anytime I'm eating, I know I'm giving it fuel. I'm giving it nutrients. So that even when I'll need it, it will always be available. and to what portion am I serving? So that na ujue kufundisha tumbo yako, by the way unajua inarudingi normal. Yeah.
Okay.
You will not find yourself eating a big platter. Utakuta tu just portion kidogo tu.
Yeah, nuko sawa. Umejizoesha na unazoea.
But ukifundisha mwili yako hakuna mahali nasikia imeshiba. Mpaka kasikia katumbo kame that you cannot even sleep, you cannot even walk. And then with our lifestyle now, we have Uber. So utakuta hata utatembea. Umemaliza kukula, umeitisha Uber, umeenda job, umeshinda umekaa kwa kiti the entire day, then you come back home. That routine. That's tricky. One day, one time, your body will tell you, by the way, I need something else to control what is going on in my body. And it is not a good place. It's not a good place to find yourself. Yeah, definitely. So, coming back to our meal plan. In Kenya, we have everything. So, let's say, for example, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, how is your breakfast set up? What do you plan to give your family? And it is not just like let's say what we have. We have ndoma, we have ngoshe, we have green bananas. We have the bread, right? The normal bread that we have. We have the sausages. Maybe you want to spoil your family. All the buns, all the mandazis. Those 5 things you have. So those are start from what you know. When you are planning, we always say, start from the known to the unknown. You cannot start with kitu yenye sijui. Utaenda aje. What do you know? What is available to you? True. So ndoma iko available kwako, ngwashe iko available, green bananas, is it available? Does your family enjoy it? Start from what the family enjoys. Then go to what now you can incorporate as
pole pole. Enya haitakuwa kwa wa ambush. It will be easier. That's a good meal plan, and I hope everyone who is watching has now known. That's why with Mizpah TV we're here. That is why we have guests, amazing guests like Pesh Caterers right here to make sure at least hatukuli mashakura, tunakula chakula. Yes, thank you so very much for tuning in. I hope you now know better, and I hope you'll be looking forward for our show that is Twende Jikoni, where we have a breakfast series on how to make sure we look forward to a breakfast. Then you unalala ukisa kesho breakfast ya kesho manze itaweza, you know, and you're looking forward to it. So thank you so much for making time.
Thank you.
And I know we'll be with you for until the Lord desires.
True.
And so please make sure you're tuning in. Remember, every Thursday from 9:10 to 9:30 right here on Mizpah TV. I'm Emily Wanja. Tupatane the other side of the kitchen next week.